With just 24 hours removed from the most anticipated matchup in the history of the Gaming Weekly, the Japanese Clan versus TGW representatives. I'm proud and honored to say that the Gaming Weekly did win in that matchup. I'm AdrianTheVoice at GameSide, and we are joined by Minigame Killer 10. Minigun, how are you feeling with a victory over the Japanese Clan?
I feel like I could just do a victory dance right now, but I am pretty good about it, actually. And plus, next week, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be having a celebration for that victory, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, a celebration night for next Saturday. Oh my, there you see the explosion. A celebration next Saturday, celebrating the victory over the Japanese Clan, folks. And remember, the Japanese Clan is no longer as ChunkDinky slaying Acid Panda King, folks. I want to let everybody know, for the first time ever in TGW history, this is Capture the Base. Minigun, we understand that there is a 10-minute mark. Go ahead and start that now.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, the rules are simple. Basically, the rules are simple. I mean, there are two teams made up of three. One team is on offense, while the other team will be on defense. From what I understand, there is a 10-minute mark. The three players from each team will have to try to claim the base I'm in right now. The three players which have to try to gain some strategy here tonight. And again, this is an intense matchup, folks. Last night, though, was the Japanese Clan. And look at that. Sad Acid Panda hitting the ground too hard. But the point I'm making is the fact that last night we witnessed the most anticipated matchup. As you see now, enter Baka is trying to gain control. This is the base, folks. This is the base that Baka needs to control right now. Let's take a look. It's enter Baka, Strict, and Acid Panda. They're going to be the attackers as opposed to defenders. SoberSwine, Firescopes, and ChunkDinky, who is the tumble champion. And speaking of which, ChunkDinky has just joined us on commentary. Chunk, how you feeling?
I can't stop the feeling. I'm happy.
Well, of course, you're the tumble champion. In fact, it's pretty interesting because you and SoberSwine, and wait a minute, ChunkDinky now going against Acid Panda. There you see now Acid being thrown, both men going at it. And it looks like TNT was thrown as well. ChunkDinky now is defending the base, and that's exactly what he needs to do. We are also joined by SoberSwine, the ex-tumble champion. Sober, welcome. Oh my!
Hi everybody. Everyone that's watching the video and playing with me now is still gonna lose, but alright.
Oh, come on now. You're going to continue to boast, aren't you?
Yep.
Of course you are. Look at the battle continuing right now. Oh my, the base is getting under attack. The base is getting under attack. Firescope, the defender, as well as ChunkDinky going against. It looks like, I believe there's one member under here. I'm not quite sure. Looks like both members were trying to shoot down. Look at the TNT now. Look at the base. The base is going down, folks. The base is going down. I cannot believe, for the first time ever, folks, as Acid Panda was able to slay down SoberSwine. Strict Chimera, the attacker, going against the defender, ChunkDinky. Strict Chimera. Oh my, Firescope's now taking down Baka, the attacker. And look at these three working together. It's Chunk. And of course, these players, Firescope's now taking down Ender and Strict. These three are a force to be reckoned with. I'm still in awe over the fact that next coming Saturday, the celebration, folks, I cannot believe the Japanese Clan disbanding last night due to the fact that Minigun Killer 10, the TGW representatives, won. And take a look at this, a developing story here. I believe that's Enter Baka from behind, though. That was Chunk. 10 minutes in the clock, folks. Basically, the attackers being Acid Panda, Strict, and Ender Baka. They have to claim the base. How do you claim the base? You just simply have to put a flag on the base, and they win. And I'll tell you, Ender Baka now able to slay down Firescopes, and, well, vice versa. So, Minigun, I gotta ask you again, of course, next coming Saturday, the celebration, and deservedly so. I mean, it's awesome. So the question...
It's going to be great, AdrianTheVoice.
The question is, what are you going to be doing? You have anything planned? Oh, man, wait a minute.
Not
Acid
at
Panda
this
now.
moment. Yeah, not at this moment right now, but I'll see if we can figure something out just to get this celebration going. Probably like a celebration game night, probably some epic game nights or something like that, but we have epic game types.
Ooh.
You know, who knows? I'll also have to come up with something.
SoberSwine now, of course, defender of the base as well as ChunkDinky. You know, it's interesting. SoberSwine and Chunk are actually working together. Wait a minute, the middle of the action right now. Looks like Chunk and Sober has a point to make, and it's the fact both men are working together at this point in time. It's funny because remember, ChunkDinky challenged SoberSwine in a best-of-3 series. Chunk continues to destroy as well as his members, Firescopes and SoberSwine. And of course, folks, at this point in time, there you see now these two are going at it, Acid Panda and Firescopes yet again. And this is for the first time ever, the battle match. It is the capture the base. And again, we seed so often in the past, guys. Momentum shifts throughout the matchup. I'll tell you, at this point in time, Acid and Strict and Ender, they have to team up together because they are losing drastically. They have to put a flag on the space to win this matchup. Look at this, though. Ender taken down. Ender taking down fire scopes. Some explosions. Ender now eating some apples.
5 minutes
It
on
has
the
to-
clock.
Acid Panda King aiding his own members right now. It looks like the 3 members are actually inside. They're doing all they can to try to defend the base. The TNTs have been detonated right now. And I'll tell you, of course, this is an intense matchup, folks. There you see now a developing story, but yet again, Chunk and SoberSwine, they are dominating. Wait a minute, Ender's in there. Ender's in there, but no, not anymore. It's a 3v3 at this moment in time. There's Strict right now trying to claim this base, but Strict gets taken down. 3v3 at this point in time. 24 hours removed from the Japanese clan versus TGW representative Soaks. Of course, I still cannot believe that Japanese clan, they are no more, which is pretty interesting. You know, I gotta analyze this for a quick second because this is a very hard situation for the attackers, for Ender, and of course, oh, wait a minute, fire scopes now, his eyes locked into the opponent, these two are going at it. Looks like Ender now taking out fire scopes. Ender's here, as well as Strict Chimera. The attackers are taking down the base right now. They are entering as we speak. Actually, Strict is waiting now. Look at Chunk, though. He sees Strict. Strict is a threat as we speak. SoberSwine taking down Ender, though. Developing story right now. SoberSwine versus Strict as we speak. It looks like out of nowhere. My gosh, a developing story right now. The point I'm making, folks, is the fact that this is a battle match. But again, it's interesting because the attackers, take a look at this for a quick second. Take a look. The attackers are spawned all the way here. They would have to walk all the way back to the defender's base and claim it, while the defenders themselves, they only have to stay here. So it's very easy for them to group up and take down the attackers. Nevertheless, I want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight for the Gaming Weekly presenting the mini game night 24 hours ago. The Japanese clan versus TGW representatives. So honored and pleased that Minigun has stayed. He is still the manager for this community. Look at Strict now trying to battle back. Looks like Ender falling down. And it looks like the developing story yet again in the middle of this base right now. All men with their swords battling it out. The question is, who will win? And SoberSwine now slaying fire scopes.
My bad.
I was about to say, actually, these two are teaming up together. It looks like there is some betrayal. Nevertheless, though, the battle
Killing
continues.
the wrong people.
Well, yeah, SoberSwine, of course, the ex-Tumble champion, Acid Panda King now slaying down fire scopes. Look, the TNT is about to get exploding. It looks like Strict Chimera is down there. And look at SoberSwine now in pursuit. Again, it's very hard for these attackers to just put this flag on the base. Of course, they have to claim it, though. That is the rule. ChunkDinky
2 minutes
looking
on the
on.
clock.
You just heard a Minigun say it. 2 minutes on the clock. As we speak, fire scopes, Chunk, and Sober are ready to go. And I'll tell you, folks, this is really interesting. Here comes, wait a minute, SoberSwine was actually able to take down Ender Baka. But this is pretty interesting because Strict Chimera and Acid Panda King are here. But there's only 2 minutes left. So I'm not quite sure if they're actually going to win this matchup. Look at Strict right now. Strict and ChunkDinky are going at it. These two are going at it. But it's a 3-on-1 situation. Strict is in trouble now. I'll tell you, SoberSwine and the rest of the members, they have been working together as a team. They have to gain some momentum and the pace. They are dictating the pace of this matchup. There you see now the bow and arrows by ChunkDinky, the Tumble champion who's going to be facing SoberSwine. They're actually on the same page for tonight, which is pretty interesting. They're working together. Doing a pretty good job at it, by the way. Here comes Strict, wasting a little time, but it looks like out of nowhere, eating an arrow right into the face. Fire scopes now slaying down Acid. And I think it's safe to say, folks, that this base may not be claimed by the attackers. SoberSwine, Chunk is looking on. They are looking on as we speak. Fire scopes, of course, going to be joining. And it is a revolt from the attackers versus defenders. For the first time ever, folks, on the Gaming Weekly's broadcast. And I believe at this point in time, guys, look at this. A developing story. They're going to be grouping up together. But look at Chunk, though. Chunk is wasting a little time. He's outside. He is outside of the base. He's supposed to be defending the base, but no. ChunkDinky wants to defend this base right now. 40 seconds on the clock. The question is, will somehow, some way, attackers claim this base? Frustration, desperation beginning to build for the attackers. The defenders, though, they have been dominating tonight. 30 seconds right now. Fire scopes back inside of the base right now, trying to attack whoever's in there. And it looks like he's trying to take down. That's actually looks like he's getting affected right now. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It looks like some attacker gave him some potion. 20 seconds on the clock. Here comes the attackers. I think it's safe to say that this base will be claimed by no one. The attackers did a phenomenal job. And 10 seconds now, and counting. Here's Strict. This is the last time, perhaps, Strict able to take down fire. Can Strict somehow, some way do this? No. The time is over. The time is over. Time is up for the attackers. Well, you know, it was an interesting matchup, folks. As I'm getting word, of course, well, next Saturday, it is official. It's going to be the celebration from Minigame Killer 10 officially, folks. I cannot wait. What's going to happen Saturday? Minigame Killer 10 is going to be hosting the celebration for his victory over the Japanese clan. We saw that intensive matchup last night. And also, this coming Friday, a guest manager. And for the first time ever in TGW broadcast history on GTA 5, what's going to happen next week? We'll see you there.